say to do, a few things I don't have to go through. But for now I let it flow, and I stay right here on a silent sea. Na-na, I'm floating. Na-na, on a silent sea. Na-na, I'm floating. Na-na, on a silent sea. Na-na, I'm floating. Na-na, I'm floating on a silent sea.
How we doing, guys? Ha! That is, ironically, the only reason I bought it. Hey, thank you for the subscription. The only reason I bought this hat at all is 100% because it has a Blue Jay on it, and that's, like, my nickname in my family. So, I just thought it would be hilarious. I have no idea what sports team this is from, if it's from a sports team. I'm guessing it's from the something or other Blue Jays. Thank you! I've been trying to set that up for a little while. I finally got the okay today to talk about it, thankfully. Free serotonin, Panda Boy. That's what I'm here for. That is indeed my job. Well, thank you very much. Where's the water? Let me enjoy one cup of coffee. I have the water. I've been drinking water all day. I have a TikTok video proving I was drinking water today. I saw a TikTok on for video editing to help with audio stuff. Oh, okay. All right. Somebody just redeemed the What's on the Shelf token. That is early. All right. Hang on, I'll get some maps made for a scene I've been worried. Oh, that's awesome, Shine. Okay, so What's on the Shelf person? Pick a number between 1 and 4. I didn't drink water. The water's right here. It'll be there in a moment. Alright, 3. Okay. Now pick a number between 1 and 20. For those of you who don't know, when you redeem this token, you pick a number between 1 and 4, and that's the shelf that I grabbed from, and then you pick a number between 1 and 20, and that's the book I grabbed. Or roll a d20, either one. Then the book that I grab, I give either a brief explanation of, or I try and explain why I have it. Now I'm just waiting for the choice between 1 and 20 to come through. Enough people redeem this, then no, I'm waiting for the person who picked it to tell me. That's why usually more than I like it in school. Yes. For 3 more. Oh my god. Invis, you bookworm. Hey, Livia626. What's your choice between 1 and 20? Or I will pick at random. I am really jamming out to whatever the hell this music is. Thought you were calling me out for something. Oh, hell no. Alright, did I bring the 220 out here? I did not. I have a bat. Somebody gave me in my P.O. box forever ago. They're D&D dice, but they have little panda logos in them. But I seem to not have it out here, so you know what? Fuck it. Number between 1 and 20. Alright. You haven't said? Okay. I'm gonna put it on the screen, and then I'm gonna go live. This is the one it just gave me. I'm gonna hit roll, and then we're gonna pick from there. Alright. 15. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what 15 is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ha! Okay. Alright. The book that ended up getting chosen for the What's on the Shelf Panda is Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, the first one. I actually was gifted this one from my parents right in the middle of my big Deadpool loving. It wasn't a phase. I'm still a Deadpool, like a huge Deadpool fan. It was right in the middle of Deadpool being my big character. This book is one I really, really like this book because it's not just the usual grimdark that you would assume it to be. Is it a little bit grimdark? Yeah, absolutely. It's Deadpool one by one murdering all of your favorite superheroes. It is pretty fucking brutal. But they give a pretty good explanation as to why. The X-Men try and make Deadpool sane by bringing him to a psychiatrist. And that psychiatrist turns out to be a little-known villain named Dr. Psycho. Is it Dr. Psycho? Dr. Psycho's a DC character. Who do they bring him to? Psycho Man. His name is Psycho Man. Psycho Man is a Ant-Man villain, and that I think he's an Ant-Man villain, and I'm only assuming that because he's small. Thank you for another gifted sub, Invis. Psycho Man is a small character who pilots a giant robot body of a psychiatrist, and he accidentally activates a third personality in Deadpool's brain. I say personality and not alter because they're not particularly alters. It's explained later in Deadpool's run that one of those voices is actually Madcap, the Marvel villain Madcap, and that's not what DID is. So they activate a third voice in Deadpool's head, and that voice is we're gonna call him the I don't know. They never give him a name, actually. The third voice tells him to free everybody from the fact that they're in a comic book. The third voice is essentially his fourth wall abilities escalated to a point of trying to save people from the useless existence of being a comic book character. It has a lot of my favorite moments in Deadpool storytelling, including one point where Professor X looks into his brain. And when he looks into his... Thank you for the follow. When he looks into his brain, it's treated kind of like a Lovecraft moment where he sees the futility of everything. He gazes into the unknown and realizes that they're in a comic book the same way that Deadpool does, and it renders him brain dead immediately, instantaneously. And I think that is super, super cool as a way for taking him out. What else do I want to say about this? It's got one of the coolest endings to a comic book that I remember. Wade and Madcap were like regenerated together one time. They're both obliterated in the fuse when they... Yeah, that's how he ended up with Madcap in his brain. However, I personally don't subscribe to that idea of the voices in Deadpool's head. I don't super love that reading of it. No hate to people who do. But I always like the idea that those are two parts of Deadpool's personality and not a literal other supervillain who had appeared during the time that Deadpool had those voices, but whatever. It's got one of the coolest endings that I can imagine. There's a fight with Taskmaster in this book that I really, really love. Taskmaster's like the big bad of this book, actually. After Deadpool kills a whole bunch of Marvel superheroes, their loved ones get together and hire Taskmaster with everything that they own to hunt down and kill Deadpool. It's a really, really cool fight. There's a suit in this comic that I have desperately wanted to cosplay for years that's like on my bucket list of cosplay, where to lure out the X-Men, he captures Arcade, the X-Men villain Arcade, and he makes Arcade build, instead of like a Arcade usually builds murder arcades, which are like big scary death traps. In this book, Deadpool makes it so much worse by forcing him to make like the worst one that will kill the X-Men, not just play with them. And the way that he decides to lure out Wolverine is he traps X-23 and Daken in a room and locks them to a wall that kills them over and over and over again with flamethrowers, so that their healing factor has to continuously keep regenerating them. So he lures Wolverine there, And then he comes out with a carbonadium blade. By the way, carbonadium in the comics is the only weapon that can nullify healing factors. So if it cuts through somebody, it will completely nullify the healing factor for whatever damage is done to them. He comes out with a carbonadium blade. His suit is utterly destroyed because the person he fought before this is the Hulk, and the Hulk ripped his arms and legs and head off. So the arms and legs of his suit are completely destroyed. And he comes out wearing, right here. He comes out wearing the pelt of Beast in a completely destroyed Deadpool outfit. And he's wearing the pelt of Beast like a cape. Like, it's got a cloak and the arms dangling in front of him and everything. He's wearing it like a hunter would wear a pelt. And he fights Wolverine in that. In his destroyed costume, wearing his former teammate like a cape. And it's so fucked up. And I think it's one of the coolest goddamn... It's cool in a fucked up way. It's one of the most memorable moments for me from the book because it's so fucking out there as a completely fucked up thing. And the reason that he's doing all of this is because he thinks that he's saving them. Because they live a meaningless life. The only way that the characters can die is if it's in some grand finale sort of way. Deadpool knows the only way that these characters will ever be allowed to die is if they go out in some big blaze of glory. And he thinks that they're saving them from the infinite monotony of being a comic book character. We're not allowed to die. We're not allowed to grow. We're not allowed to evolve. So what am I going to do? I'm going to end the fucking storyline. I'm going to put a period at the end of your sentence. But instead of a period, everyone's going to get an exclamation mark. Because that's the only way you're allowed to end things for any comic book character. And that's the reason he takes them out in such extreme and brutal fashions. Is because, think about like Superman. The only way Superman was allowed to die was by fucking leveling Metropolis. And having him beat an enemy he'd never heard of before all the way to death. The only way Batman was allowed to die was shooting Darkseid, and that didn't even last that long. That's like the level of intensity that needed to do this. And that's why he goes so like far out with these brutal slaughterings that he gives these characters. But yeah, I thought that this book was really cool. I thought it was cool, but also I was in middle school when I got it, so it like satisfied that grimdark element that comic fans usually go through. I think it's cool now from a story perspective because it's cool to see what the end point of Deadpool's fourth wall breaking is. And also there's another story a little bit down the line called Deadpool Kills Deadpool, where this version of the character goes after every other multiversal version of himself. So that he's the last one and he can end all of their suffering all at once. If I kill every single Deadpool, I'm the last one, and then when I end it, I'm it. I'm it, and then there's none of us, and we don't have to deal with this anymore. But he ended up losing, of course. Panda was an edgy teen in middle school. Look at me! Look at me in my face, and do you think that I wasn't? I have a mohawk. This is just how I look. That is just how I fucking existed. Isn't the story technically canon because it's 616 Deadpool traveling to his Earth and meeting traumatized way? It is. It is 100% canon. Deadpool Kills Deadpool was the end point of that story. It's 100% a canon storyline that this happened in a universe, and then our Wade ended up killing him. Ironically, my panda motif is based off of Jesus Christ. My panda motif is based off of a character in Deadpool Kills Deadpool. Because my initial name that I went by online was Pandapool. I went by Pandapool for very long. It was Pandapool98, I think, on everything. And then eventually, when I wanted to like make my art stuff make more sense, when I wanted to be able to actually profit off of that, I was like, I probably shouldn't be using a copyrighted name. So I kept the panda motif because pandas were my favorite animal then, and I just put my favorite color at the end of it and added an extra letter, and that's how I ended up getting the identity I have now. But it was based off of a book that was a sequel to this. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe again too. Yeah, it was, but it was when Marvel was in that like sequel heavy phase. That was around the time that they made like Civil War 2. That's when they made Secret Wars 2. And then they made Deadpool kills the Marvel universe again. And that one is a little bit less of a interesting story, to be perfectly honest. I didn't really like that one. It does make me giggle that your name implies red pandas, but your logo implies classic panda. Yeah, it's because I think red pandas are cute, but I don't feel as connected to red pandas. Pandas are like I always related to pandas a lot more. They were always like my big thing, so they weren't for a long time. Ironically, pandas became my favorite animal after I started calling myself Panda. Wasn't an edgy ass teen. Exactly. Listen, man, I wore fedoras and I got my first tattoos when I was way too young to do so, so I was always an edgy motherfucker. Big and chill and lazy and munchy. Yeah, basically. It's the stark whiteness of everything with the black circles under my eyes, and then being way too big and snacky all the time and lazy as fuck. It all combines together. You have any ideas or starting from scratch? I kind of have an idea for what I'm doing, but since I don't really know the dress code, because I got like information from Straw Hat, and I talked to Nikhil because he's been to Nikhil Clayton because he's been to a couple of them, and he's like, it's pretty chill, but it still feels like it's like an event, so I want to get dressed up and everything.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
I also don't want to be the only motherfucker there who's like fucking dressed all formal and shit, and everyone else is in like hoodies. But I also do want to look badass. I want to look good. It's the first like actual creator event and movie event that I'm going to, so I'm hyped. I want to do them more, honestly. First tattoo at 18 for our birthday is a family tattoo day. Oh, that's kind of the same way that me and my family did tattoos. Oh, Eileen, go and check out my latest TikTok video. It explains it a little bit better. I have an excuse for too fancy. See, I had a lot of people telling me to do the Jason Todd suit, but I think people forget about the fact that I am now fat and that does not fit. I cannot wear that. Alright. I have that reward specifically tailored so that it's only allowed one per stream, so it doesn't just become me explaining comics the stream.
Alfred, yeah, call the guy.
Hey, thank you for the subscription.
Call the fucking guy.
Excuse to get a new suit, I don't see the problem. I'm broke! That's the problem! I just moved into a new house, man! Oh, right, I have this thing over here. Okay. Are we ready to continue on making this comic shop today? Because listen, I love previs. Like, previs stuff is really fun to me, but also it does get a little tiring after a while. Or half a suit. And if you're the only one, you can say it's my brand. And also you like suits. That's true. I did debate wearing a cape. I did debate wearing like a full, like the top half of a suit and then a cape and everything. I know a tailor that lives in California, so I debated hitting them up to like get the fully dripped out and everything. But to be perfectly honest, since I know it's not an actual premiere because the movie already premiered, I don't want to blow all of my money and do that just right out the fucking gate. Perhaps you should drink, man. I'm still working on my coffee. All right, chill. I have the water right here. It's empty right now, but as soon as that's out, I'll take a break and I'll go fill this up. break like I was initially planning. TikTok you did yesterday. Are you going as Kratos and Finn? I'm not telling y'all. Why the fuck would I tell y'all? That's half the fun. Y'all are just gonna have to wait and see what I can end up doing. All you know is I have the axe right now. That just makes it funny. Yeah. I drink coffee in the afternoon. Let's turn this light off and see if that actually... You see the bags? It's because caffeine makes up about 45% of my blood. So I need to make sure that I'm fueled. Is it hand me down? Oh shit, did I tell you all that? Right. Oh right, because there are only like 60 people in here. Well shh. Keep that shit down. Don't tell nobody. I want to keep it like a secret for everybody on my actual page for when I end up showing off. It's on cooldown. They're always there. They're always there for me too. They got baked in eventually. All right. Because it makes me sleepy. Pinchy, I'm pretty sure that you have ADHD. That's one of the things. My panda eyes, actually. You know, that is what they're called for me too. And it was before I started going by panda, or at least before I told people that I was going by panda. It is really weird because I hear people call me panda more. I respond to that name quicker. Sadly, but my uncle is here, and I have watched Doctor Who and buy panda. Well, thanks for stopping by, Mr. Toast. That you have a hydrate cooldown is so funny. Absolutely, it's because of y'all that I have a hydrate cooldown. I know if I didn't have a cooldown on that, 13 people would put it all at the same time. All right. So, this is where we're at. I forgot that I did not mark some of these things. So let's fix that real quick. So this is a bookshelf. Again, 4 feet. This is again 1 foot. Actually, no, that's 2 feet. This is 2 feet. This is also 2 feet. And each of these are 1 foot. Call me by my room. Ha! Has the spam hydrates problem. Exactly. If he thought about it more, he would have a cooldown on it like I do. Or he would learn that y'all motherfuckers want us to drown. They're streaming, so I'm Amy again. I am so sorry. I used to call you Wiccan. And then Matt told me that your name is Amy, and I'm like, ah, great, I'm never using Wiccan again. The second that I learned that you moderate all of our stuff, I'm immediately like, oh, okay, time. Let's use this. I hate that sentence. Rochambeau05 said, look, our bodies need the wet, like the little fish we are. I hate that. I hate that sentence. That is terrible. Alright, okay, back to this. See, this is why I can't pay attention. If I pay attention, then I get so fucking distracted. This is 5 feet. And I'm thinking I might add an extra 6 inches to this. Just because I feel like it's supposed to go back a little farther. Panda's drinking water. Thank you! See, that's what I try and tell people, and then they tell me that I'm fucking dehydrated. Listen, man, y'all pointed out to Scarlett one time that I mumble. And I never personally realized that. And now I can't unhear it. Y'all have broken me. I can't unhear the fact that I mumble every single comment that people send to me. Dehydrates you from my dietitian. It does. But y'all don't need to know that. Let me drink my coffee in peace. God damn it, Sticky Keys! Are y'all motherfuckers playing a drinking game every single time that the sticky keys go off? Y'all are gonna be wasted by the time I'm fucking done. God damn. Kitchen. Cabinets. Slash. Countertops. You can disable sticky keys panda. But now they have a drinking game on it. Why would I disable it if they're over here fucking getting shots off of it? Oh, I left that open all night. Those were stale as hell. It's fine, I have other snackies I can replace it with. It's always weird to me when somebody reminds me how young my usual audience is. Because I understand it, but I don't, like, get it. Or all your age, give or take 5 years. I don't know if give or take 5 years works, man. Right, this is... Fuck. This is 2 feet. Fuck me. Alright, come on.
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
Thank you for the follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 8, which is 4 feet plus a foot. This is a 5 foot long counter. Okay. Literally anything I think of. Mother. Okay. Y'all really watch that fucking timer like a hawk, man. Alright. Fine. Fine. I need to go fill this. I will be back. None of y'all leave. I shall return. Alright. 1 sec. Alright. I'm back. I have my water. Water has been drank. Happy? Ah. What sort of chaos has the chat gotten into while I was gone? Favorite wrestler. Y'all motherfuckers strike up conversation faster than I can at a party with real people. Alright. I had a reminder of 2 questions while I was out. First of all, this one's more of a personal grievance question. How many people in the chat have a LinkedIn account? How many people actually have like a LinkedIn account for jobs and stuff?
That's a different kid. Did you get a different fucking kid?
So there's a portion of the audience that does have one. For everyone who does have one, do you guys view it as like the depression inducer as well? Because everybody I know who has a LinkedIn account fucking hates the fact that they have a LinkedIn account and hates the site as a whole. Everybody that I know who actually has it is automatically like, oh, the second that I look at there, I hate my entire life. I think I'm not doing anything. It feels like it 100%, like a 100% success rate induces depression in everybody. That is what I have been able to track from basically everybody who I've ever talked to who has used it. It is the worst thing in the goddamn world. I don't look at it enough to feel like that. Listen, man, it's like Facebook. You know how on Facebook you like look at it and you can see like your friends are doing a bunch of shit that you wish you were doing? Where it's like, oh, look, Todd went to fucking like, I don't know, Italy last week, and oh, look, like Miley, she's off, she's off, she got married, she's doing great, she's got kids. Yep, LinkedIn is like Facebook for jobs, so it's like every single person that you know, look at that, look, they just landed a 6-figure job last week. Oh, and look at Tyler, he's over here, he's got the job of his dreams, he's working for this like small like startup company. That's LinkedIn. It's the worst thing in the world. Everybody I know hates it. It's terrible from what I've been able to tell. I just want to make sure that that's not just a me or an artist thing, that the second that you see a notification from LinkedIn, you're like, ugh, god damn. It's like getting a heart removed in like, I don't know, Zelda or Minecraft. Like the second that you look at it, it's automatically, oh god damn it. Why do you have notifications on? Because sometimes employers can message you through it, and that's the only reason. I've tried to turn off everything that isn't like direct messages or like people liking my posts and stuff, but sometimes stuff like seeps through and it's aggravating. I hate it. LinkedIn, you never open it in Google Chrome every couple of days and never look at it otherwise. Exactly. I have turned off everything else. I'm trying. I'm working at it. Ignore LinkedIn. The problem is that a lot of jobs are posted on LinkedIn, so the only way to like apply for them is to go through the app. But to go through the app, you have to pass the homepage, and the homepage, you're inevitably going to see like 2 or 3 posts from there, and it'll fucking irritate the shit out of you. Anyway, that was question 1. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't just a me thing. Second of all, I moved my time for streaming because I had a couple people complain when I originally had my time that I streamed too early. That I was streaming during like the workday, I was streaming when people were out. So I wanted to take a poll to figure out when the best time to do this is. Because I don't really mind. I don't care. I have the whole day to myself. I can do whatever the hell I want. So I want to make the stream as convenient as possible for the most amount of people possible to be able to watch it. I used to stream my time 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Now I'm streaming from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. I have been debating if I want to push it either back to 2 or push it an hour earlier, so it would be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I wanted to get everybody's vibe on that, see if there was different options. So I'm going to post a poll about when the stream should start. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I've seen a drastic drop in my numbers since I moved the time. So when should the stream start? And I'm going to remind everybody that these times are Pacific Standard Time, so if you would like to look up when this is for you, please do. All right. There we go. And I'm going to set this poll for 3 minutes long. All right, it's at the top right now. Currently, right now, the stream starts at 3 p.m. for me. So the current one is 3 p.m. That's where the current stream is right now. And I just want to make sure where this is convenient for the most people. So I'm probably going to put a poll here, and I'll probably put one on Twitter as well, so that I can get the vibe of how people want, when people want the stream to be. Because right now, I like where the stream is. I think it works pretty good. Should run a poll in the Discord too. That would be great. That would be amazing. Amy, if you could possibly set that up so that we can get that by the time I get off the stream, that would be great. I just want to get a vibe on when people want to be viewing this, because I don't want this to be restricted to like the best time for me to do this. I want it to be the best time for everybody to watch. I want people to be a part of this and to want to watch this. And if the drop in numbers is just because I've changed the content that I'm doing, totally okay. I totally get it. That's kind of what I suspect that it is anyway. I went from talking about comics every time to not talking about comics at all and just doing art for 2 straight hours. So I want to make sure that everybody actually wants to view this, and the people who want to view this view it when they can. A bit skewed then, yeah. It is. It 100% is. But I also know a couple people are forcing themselves to be here right now. Like, I know a couple people are viewing this currently from a position of like, oh, it's it's like 1 in the morning. It's like midnight. It's 11 a.m. for me. It's 11 p.m. So I will definitely run a poll here. I'll run one in the Discord. 80% of the time, you start in the middle of the school day. Yeah, that's also the problem, because I am very dedicated. I don't want this to overlap with my time with like Scarlet, because I also have a life outside of this. So I stream for 2 hours, and the latest I want to get off is 5 p.m. Not trying to establish a time slot to you. That's the problem. I am comfy right now. When Matt starts his pre-show. That is kind of where I've been doing it right now, is just because I stream for 2 hours. Matt starts his pre-show right when I get off. It's really good. The late night streams for the Aussies. Ha! Yeah, because right now, of course, because the people in the stream voted, 68% of you guys voted for 3 p.m. Which, shocker. I'll probably check the poll on Discord to see if that correlates. I do enjoy the time slot right now. It's really convenient for me. But 2 p.m., 1 p.m., that all of it works good for me, honestly. Because, again, this is my full-time job. I can do this whenever. Back to late night streams. Listen, man. If I was still a single college kid, I would go back to late night streams in a heartbeat. But I am not. I am now a moved out adult on my own, and it makes it incredibly hard to actually be like, oh, I'm gonna do a 2 a.m. stream again. Unless I'm able to convince Scarlett to stay out here with me, I would I'll keep it to the evening times. The latest option, I put 4 p.m. my time on there as well, but that's pushing it because Scarlett gets off at 5. Scarlett gets home at around 5. I did multiple streams. I've done 24-hour streams before. Unintentionally. Well, not 20. I did 12-hour streams before. Completely unintentionally. There were some days that I stayed up. I started working at 10 p.m. and I stopped working at 10 a.m. What were those like? Tired. God damn it. Hold on. My fucking camera's bugging out again. There we go. Yeah, unintentionally. I don't play games because I want to be a games artist. So I don't want to fuck up my chances by saying something wrong. So I don't play games on here. Most of the time it is mostly art stuff. Because that's what I like to do. This is kind of my outlet so that I can still get my 3D artwork done for my portfolio so I can still apply for those gaming jobs. Just focus and lose track of time. That is kind of what I had to do. It's a 24-hour library at my college. All-nighters and the cubbies were my thing. Running on coffee and causing chaos. Yeah, I still have the artwork I made during those streams. I still have, like, those things are on my portfolio. Get dicey about being home. Eating was important. Speaking of which, I know I posted it, the link to it the other day, but I have actually uploaded a couple of the streams onto the stream dump. I haven't posted them yet, but they're fully uploaded on there. Hell, if y'all want to talk amongst yourselves for like 10 minutes, I could probably get them posted right now. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Apparently I need to do a one-step verification to put a bunch of external links in my stuff. This is going to be weird. Apparently to be able to put a bunch of links in your video descriptions, you need to verify your YouTube page, which I did not know. So let me do and part of that YouTube verification is apparently a 30-second video of yourself just existing. Browser, try again. Okay. Let's try this with Google. There we go. Are you telling me that on Google, this Google link doesn't work? Okay, it has to be on Safari. That's great. The one thing I don't use. Oh my god. Okay, I'll do this later. Never mind. All right, so the stream dump will be posted eventually. I can actually post a link to it real quick, so you guys can subscribe and be ready for it once I do post it. There we go. What am I looking at here? Whoa. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Gaming job's supposed to know you like games if you don't play them. That is 100%. They don't hire you if you actually play games or like games. They hire you if you're a good artist or not. Hydra. Unintentionally spray animosity and lockdown creator. Yeah, Lacrimosa's pretty much got it. That's the entire reason that I don't actually post any game content at all. I like video games. You want something to demonstrate your skills? Yeah, it's more based on it's based on working towards good artists and good creators. It's not really working towards if you're actually a fan of the games or not. That helps. Like, it'll definitely hurt you if you walk into a WB interview with a fucking Marvel shirt on. But like that's just kind of how it is. It won't help me at all if I say good things about the company online. It will hurt me a lot if I say bad things about the company online. And I can monitor myself as much as I want to, but I don't want to talk end on end about video games and then end up screwing myself over in the long run. Leaning in the Discord poll, but you also should take into account what works best for your life. I'm also surprised that 4 p.m. is winning out when my views have gone down since I moved to a later time slot. General rule is don't wear comic t-shirt to job interviews. You know, honestly, a couple of job interviews that I've seen in gaming industries, they want you to wear like more relaxed stuff. I know people who have gotten like Nintendo interviews by wearing like Mario shirts and stuff to their interview, or they wear like a shirt that was from a smaller game that the game studio had developed or something. But I also know people who have gotten kicked out of jobs for Marvel games because they wore a Batman shirt in. Or they were working on a Disney project and they wore a Superman shirt, which is, Disney doesn't own Superman. Be honestly nerdy. Yeah, exactly. You need to be you. They're still hiring you, so you need to be you when you go into those situations. However, also take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because to be perfectly honest, I don't have a job and have successfully gotten, I think, one interview ever in the industry that I am trying to get into. So all of my advice needs to go with a grain of salt there. On and on about my plot story ideas. That's for me and future employers. Exactly. Nurtured so many. How old is Minute? 22. I feel like that gets asked at least either once per stream or once every other stream. Am I out? I'm not out. Hell yeah. At a microbiology lab, gotta do research. Do you read out loud normally? Usually I read... How do you mean by that? Do you mean that, like, do I read out loud, like, that's how I read? Or... 400 jobs across multiple industries because administrative assistant is generally the same thing everywhere. Don't get down on yourself for only getting one interview at a highly specialized... Oh, I'm not down on myself. I levy that as, like, don't take my advice as, like, the advice of an expert, because I don't know. I don't have, like, a surefire way to get into the industry. I don't have a surefire... I also don't know what a lot of game developers really want, because I've never actually gotten into the official industry. I went to school for it, but I know that that's not the same thing. It's not me getting down on myself. At worst, I'm jaded, is the way I would put it. Stay. That was because my brother worked there and I know a dog CPU. Ha! Listen, man, that is a big part of basically every industry that I've looked at is just, you know, knowing people. If you know a guy who worked at the company, there's a very, very high likelihood that you're going to get the job. But I also know that that's not surefire. I knew 4 people who worked at Nintendo, and I interviewed for Nintendo one time, and I didn't get the job. But I also know that's because I applied for a specialized job that most people want experienced people to be a part of. Consumption of wet cooled down. I'll save you the fucking points. There you go. I was on TikTok the other day, and I saw a neat trick for video editing. So anybody in the comments who does video editing, who likes to edit any sort of content at all, go down and pick up like a super cheap dog clicker. This was just one that Scarlett had left over from when she was training her boys. But when you're looking through the audio, the waveforms, when you're editing your audio, if you screw up a line, and then it'll spike your audio so that you can clip right there. It's incredibly useful. I haven't actually used this yet. It's been sitting on my desk the entire time, but I have not actually used it at all. But now, I'm going to put it face up, so now I have a yellow button on my desk, and I know how the fuck to use it. Alright, back to what I was doing before I got sidetracked. Again. Jesus Christ, this comic shop is never going to get done. Can we see the dogs? No, they're in a different building, and I'm definitely not letting them in here. 5. There we go. Alright, so... what else is there? Alright, so there is a table that I need to put in here. That is a... plastic table. Perfect. 30 by 60. 30 by 60. Okay. Uh, 30 divided by 6. 5. Okay, so it's 5, and then 60 divided by 6 is 10. Good lord. Okay. 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 It's the same size as the kitchen cabinets back here, but one longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this bordered the table, so it would be 1 block in between these two. Hell yeah. Alright. Where is my pen? Here's my pen. You know that joke that you see going around on the internet of like, oh, I put my Apple Pencil down in the and the blankets in it fucking evaporated. That is what happens to a Wacom pen when you set it on a table. I'm pretty sure it teleports. I can't confirm it, but I'm decently sure. So, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh god! Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fuck me. Okay, I really overestimated that. Holy shit. That thing is fucking 6 feet long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That doesn't make any sense. Wrong button. It's 5 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How am I gonna handle this? Let's figure this out. Motherfucker. Alright, so I am going to. There is 1, 2, 3. There's about 2 feet of space in between these, and I don't think that was actually how much space was between them. So I am going to move this one over to the edge of the window. This still is not going to save my ass here, because that is very fucking long. I'm also thinking that I have this messed up. I think it was a foot wide. I think it was a foot wide and 18 inches deep and not this, because it was facing this direction. And then I'm going to move this over. Damn you. Come on. Fuck off, you fucking piece of shit. There we go. I swear to God. There we go. Move that over this way. I'm gonna test real quick. God damn it. No, get off of there. I accidentally clicked Teams because it's still hooked on. There's the Panda Stream Traditional. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Listen, man. The fact that people are like, oh, his voice, it's so soothing. I listen to it to go to sleep. And then I look back through my own VODs, and then there's situations of me being like, fuck you, you fucking piece of fucking shit. Oh my God, I fucking hate you. When it's not working, it confuses the shit out of me. You guys really like punishment when you're going to sleep, by the sounds of it. And I'm going to choose that that's what's happening. Cursing is part of the ambiance. Because it's familiar. Everybody understands the struggle. Alright. So I've scooted these over. I have to rotate this. I'm going to select that. And hope to God it's on this layer. Motherfucker. Alright. Correction. I'm going to erase this and then put it on the correct layer. Where did my pen go? Here's my pen. You know the funniest thing? When I tell people that, when I get told that, like, oh, I'm gonna fall asleep to your compilations or your discussion videos, I put on a higher pitched voice than I actually have to do those compilation videos. Like, I put on a higher pitched voice. I speak louder. It is intentionally designed to be as loud and attention grabbing as possible. And then everybody I know is like, oh, no. I turn these videos on when I want to relax, when I want to be chill. My normal voice is speaking at this tone. This is how I talk to most people in real life. I have a much quieter, softer voice in real life. But whenever I'm doing something Panda related, I immediately raise it to this level. And this is how I talk in my videos. And this is how I talk when I'm doing my discussions and everything. Because this is the Panda voice. This is the excited, hyperactive voice. When in all reality, my actual voice drops down to here. This is where I actually speak when I'm talking to people. This is what Panda sounds like. This is what Scarlett hears. This is what my parents hear. This is what my actual voice is. And I just immediately change it to here because this is like the production voice. This is the sound where I'm like, I need people to get their attention grab when I jump into the video, and when they want to hear something, I gotta talk fast and loud and make it they sound kind of the same to me. That's the point. It's still me. It's just shifting. It's shifting it to be a little bit more attention grabbing, which is why when I really love when people are like, no, I listen to your stuff to relax. I'm like, I intentionally make that voice not relaxing. It's familiar rather than quality. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Is the Glib voice the J voice? No, Glib's an asshole. I intentionally make Glib a piece of shit. Glib's voice is when I talk like this, and I talk very, very annoyed. And I add a very slight accent. I let my tongue slip a little bit more so that I have a slight accent when I'm talking like Glib. Which is why when Glib yells, it's a little bit closer to me. Glib is intentionally designed to be a piece of shit. I wanted him to be unlikable. That was the goal when I made him. Tell Jay to keep talking, then. That's what I'm doing, man. Listen, I get it because I turn on like lo-fi when I'm sitting here. I get that this is the sound. Where it's like, we're gonna do Panda ASMR as I sit here and I do my art and we listen to lo-fi jams while I'm working on my artwork. I get that that's the vibe. I understand that. It just makes me laugh because that's not my own perception of my own voice. Well, you failed on that part of Glib. You don't fucking say! This, I have realized immediately that people are like, Glib's great. Fucking Glib's claimed. He's ours now. And I'm immediately like, he's supposed to be a piece of shit. No one is supposed to like Glib. Why are you... What is happening? Yeah. Listen, I love these headphones, but sometimes they itch when I have too many things in my ears. They have so much character. Alright, so both me and Scarlett said this after we did like the matchup, like the big fight with everybody. Both me and Scarlett approach creating characters the same way. We don't design them for the game we're playing. We design a character and then put it into the game. Is the way I would best describe it. When I made Glib, I started with a concept that had nothing to do with D&D. I wanted to make the world's most unlucky man. Regardless of what that was. I wanted him to be incredibly unlucky. And we realized after Nathan said something in the fight night, the fight fest that we did with Matt and everybody. Nathan said something where he said, we were doing I was told that we were doing a big fight with everybody, and you thought I wouldn't bring like my best fighter, and I was like, oh, that's actually a great a great point. Because I didn't do that. I put a character in the game that I thought would be fun to interact with. Because when I'm designing a role-playing character, I'm not designing a character who's going to get into fights. I'm designing a character. Like a character who would be fun to watch and listen to. And it's a character that has like one interesting hook that would bring you into it. And that's kind of the direction that I took with it, not how to make the best character for a D&D setting. That's very much. Name is a pun. How did it take me this long to read it? I didn't actually design it as a pun. The race is called a grung, and I was being uncreative, so I was like, oh, it's a grung. I'm gonna call him a glib. He's glib. And I didn't realize that glib was a real word until after I started playing him, and I didn't realize that glib was a pretty apt description of his personality until after I had been playing for a while. He's had one of the best arcs in the show. Well, I had to, like, make him not a piece of shit somehow. But that's exactly the thing. When we were designing Scarlett's character to play in the Fight Fest, when we were doing the couples match, she designed a character named Duck. And we, like, designed the shit out of this character's backstory and the how she fights and her weapons and everything. Like, we designed the shit out of this character. Only for her to show up in, like, a 1-hour fight where barely any of that gets touched. She made a really fun fucking character to play, and then we weren't really able to show it off just because of the nature of what we were doing. And that's totally understandable, but that's the difference in how we make characters compared to that we noticed in comparison to the other people that were playing. They made a lot of characters that were really good in D&D. We played characters that would be really good to read about, is the way that I would describe it. But that's also why I think that Glib latched on to a lot of people. Glib is a fleshed out character. He is a character from a book or a movie or something like that. He's a character that was designed to be a character, to be a thing that people would be able to listen and latch on to, and not as a surrogate that I can play D&D with, is the best way that I describe it. And I don't think that everybody else designed just a D&D character to throw out there and play as a D&D character. I also know that they put a lot of thought into their characters' like backstories. I know Nikhil had a whole backstory for why Canyon was called Canyon that we never even touched. It was very, very obvious the difference in the thought process, where D&D was an equal part of a lot of people's thought process while they were making characters, in comparison to D&D was the last thing in my roster of what I was doing while I was making a character. Making my superhero character for a campaign. Ooh! So it's good to know your character's backstory, even when the audience maybe see 5% of it. Exactly! I think so. Hoping, praying that in Season 3 we get a Breakpoints, The Secret Origin of Glib Part 2. Vampire did. I only realized that we never really touch on the fact that Glib is a vampire that much until it serves the plot, where it's like, oh, he doesn't actually need to breathe because he's technically dead. Ironically, his vampire half seems to be kind of supplemented with his, thank you, Rose Clearwater. Seems to be supplemented with his, the part of him that is a death god now. Oh, shit. Thank you for reminding me to pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. That is the first time anyone has ever used that, and I love you for it. After you slept in the campaign. Listen, he doesn't need to sleep. That doesn't mean he won't sleep. This is what happens when you let me rant. All right. There we go. Check Panda Rants for the bingo. I really don't like that the more you guys explain it, the more it makes sense that there is a bingo sheet for my streams. Someone's gonna send me a bingo sheet that they like printed out for like what happens during my streams, and it is going to make me fucking lose it. No, I don't. Listen, I'm only saying that because people have said they've made the bingo sheet comment like twice today. I don't think there's actually a bingo sheet. If y'all want to make one, feel free. But that will definitely just be an in-joke between like the 60 people who watch these streams, and no one else is gonna get it. That's the wrong button. Do I know that there is a shortcut to turn the grid on? Yes, I do. Am I ever going to use it? Absolutely not. Okay, there we go. There you go. You happy? I'm saving. Go. Scotty, what's happening? I'm making a blueprint of my old comic shop so that I can use it for a 3D model that I'm also going to be making. My favorite thing about this is that if any of my old instructors or anything look at it and go, that doesn't really make sense, it's really cramped, I'd be like, yeah, it is, isn't it? That is my actual shop, so you don't get to critique it. I have the best backdoor to any critiques about the layout of this place because this is what the layout actually was, and I have photo evidence. Given it's shit photo evidence, I have really bad photos of this place, but I do have evidence that these things existed. Fucking come on, you piece of shit. I am gonna lose it. Just this layer. Thank you. There we go. Might be bigger than my local store. This is in inches. Gift subs to bingo winners. Listen, if you guys actually are paying attention to the stream to the point that you become bingo winners, somebody will gift you a sub. If there's anything that I have realized, it is people will gift subs in my chat on a dare. So,
Albert, yeah, call the guy. I don't care how many this makes, call the fucking guy.
Thank you, Shadow Walker, for proving my point. Liquor store is really fucking small. It might be. My store wasn't big. This is all in inches. One block is 6 inches. So, this is, 1, 2, that's 4, 8. That's 10 feet. There's only 10 feet on the floor here. Darren Viz every month. Please don't. Please don't. You're going to make me feel so fucking bad. Shape on a corner. I have been to some extremely small shops. I've made videos on small ass shops. If you guys go back far enough, when I was in Hawaii after I graduated, I went to Maui Comics, and Maui Comics exists in the corner of a record store, and it's the only comic shop in Maui. Okay. This actually makes me laugh that I know the exact footage now. of this shop. 'Cause that's 1 block, so that's 2 feet. And then 1, 2, 4, 8, 10, 11. No, wait a minute. 4, 8, 10, 12. No, wait a minute. Okay, excuse me being terrible at math here. 4, 8, 12, 14, plus an extra 2 feet, so 16. 16 feet across. Let's actually put that in the corner here, now that I know. Damn you. I'm aware that no pixels were selected, thank you. You... 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 26, 26 and 6 inches. Bingo ideas for me. Camera problems. Fuck off, you fucking piece of shit. Rant. Panda discovers the chat as being weird. Sticky keys. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ah, the refilling the water bottle's smart. That's a good one. Don't put camera issues. Use audio problems. Or just stream issues. Stream issues is the best one. Because the most common one that I get is audio problems. Thank you very much, very distinctive, for gifting tears. Gifting subs. Why did I say tears? It's the first time I've done that. Technical difficulties. That's smart. Make the sub war space like in the middle somewhere, so that it's like you kind of need it to get a bingo, but it's one of the rare ones. Okay, dink, 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 dink. Ah, dink. Use dink. Put dink on there somewhere if you're gonna make it. Dink and or bink would be probably one of the spaces. Probably because the last 2 streams of camera. Oh right, now that I'm not moving around anymore and I've turned off Twitch audio, then probably it would probably be camera problems. That's fair. So make it a camera problem. I swear to God, y'all, don't you start another one. Be goddamn it in face. I like that. That's funny. This here is damn it. You guys weren't joking about the subboard. No, they weren't. There was one stream where they just blew this shit up. Make sure he isn't hydrated. I put a cooldown on it because everybody in this fucking stream wants to see me drown. on screen. It's hilarious that I put an emote wall on every single one of my stream screens, and I'm still surprised whenever one pops up. Just labeling. Let's turn the grid on so I can see. This is 4, 6. This is 6 feet. This is 2 feet. 2 foot by 1 foot. That's gonna take a little bit of math. 2 foot, 1 foot. I always go to filter and not view, and I have no idea why. This is 1, 2, 3. That would be 18 inches? That would be 1 foot and 6 inches. So this is 4, 5, 5.5 feet. That means 5.5 feet plus 2 feet. That means this is 7.5 feet. So we're going to label that tentatively, and then we're going to measure. That's at 7 feet. Probably not great that I label it incorrectly and then start again on it. Yeah, so that's 4 plus 2, so that's 6, 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. All right, cool. Am I missing any measurements here? Hey, thanks for the cheer. When is the event? You're still gonna have lots of time for Nathan and Matthew's meetup. The event's on the 15th. I get back on the 16th. The meetup with Nathan and Matt's on the 19th, I think. Because 19th is Nathan's show, and that's the meetup. I think, unless they're scheduling an actual meetup outside of the show. I'm going to have a very busy next week, is the way I'm putting it. Because it goes... first Valentine's Day with Panda Scarlet. Influencer event with Straw Hat Goofy. Day alone in California. And Nathan's show. All in the same week. Matthew doesn't plan. Ha! Same. I just know it's coming up and got worried. I need to squish. I need you to squish Matthew for me. I will do my best. I don't know if he's a hugger. I know that I am not a hug initiator, so that's the... I am someone who will always take one, but I am not one who does it out of... I have a weird thing about people's personal space, because I also know that I'm a 6'1" white dude with a shaved head, so just kind of the vibe automatically puts people off, so I don't touch people unless they ask me to begin with. You will have to overcome this. Nah! We had to pay him to hug Nikhil. Y'all are offering pay? What the fuck? You started with telling me to do it and you had to pay someone else to do it? Y'all motherfuckers are trying to scam me, aren't you? very touch-starved and need a hug. I am also a touch-starved person, but I'm also an introvert, so. Do you ever wish you were 6'2"? No! Being tall sucks. Being tall is, like, fine, but it's not great. God damn it, you two! Every time I talk about giving you money, you yell at me. I will always. I'm 6'1". I like to be tall so my friends would stop saying I'm short. Like the average attractive heightness. Listen, I'm fine with being 6 foot, but I'm not trying to be 6 foot because I'm trying to be attractive. I like being 6 foot because it lets me cosplay things and feel like I'm that character more. That's why when I meet you, I'm not going to tell you it's me until afterwards. That's mean. That's smart, but it's mean. I'm not even 5 foot. Listen, Scarlett's 5'2", and I'm 6'1". So our height difference is very funny. You guys were after you sent us to him last night because he's not as tall as you and Matt. How tall is Nathan? I didn't know that. Right, pay attention to what I'm doing. Fuck. Nathan's 5'6"? I did not know that. I thought Nathan was way taller than me. It's because he's skinny. Nathan's a skinny guy. So he just inherently looks tall. He's telling the truth or lying. He said 5'10", but then also 5'8". Oh, okay. So either 5'8" or 5'10". That's a little bit more realistic. He lies about his height. Okay, well, I mean, he's going to be standing around someone who is very open about their height, so we'll see. He also got really defensive when we said he was skinny. He's not, alright, he's not like rail thin. He is in good shape, but because I am a fat man, it throws it off for me. I expect short people to be stout, and he's not stout. He's built like someone who's tall. Tall enough to fight, close enough to the ground. I like that. I like that. That's a good one. I gotta tell Scarlett that one. Of getting a photo of all you guys when you meet up. Probably high. I'm assuming. And both you and Matt are tall. Oh, that poor bastard. You are the English definition of fat, Panda, not the American one. I'm not going for the American definition of fat. I self-identify as fat. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ah. Even if you decide to call me not fat, there's a reason I call myself Panda. We'll put it that way. Stocky. I love all these other names people have invented for it. And these boots that were affectionately called my lesbian boots, they make me 2 inches taller, and man, the world is different from 2 inches further away from the ground. Me and... Alright, I'm going to switch to conversation mode. Me and Scarlett actually had a conversation with this, of discussing what the world looks like from our 2 different heights, because we saw a TikTok video of 2 people walking around a Target, and they put the camera right next to where their eye was, and they compared it to each other. And she looked at that, and immediately was like, he's an inch taller than you, and she's an inch taller than me. Are you telling me that you see me from that, like, downward perspective that he's seeing in the video? And I'm like, what do you want me to say here? There's no fix for that. There's no nice way to put this. Yeah, yes, that's kind of just how you need to look at the world, because I am unfortunately above a lot of the perspective lines that you're seeing. Just went up and hugged you with no words. What would you, if a stranger without saying anything walked up and hugged me, I would probably punch them in the fucking face. Because somebody with absolutely the fucking ask first, at least. That's somebody walking up and grabbing me. That's fight instinct kicks in immediately. Can see the top of the fridge. I don't know what's up there. There could be an entire colony about. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I have put the microwave on top of the multiple different fridges that me and Scarlett have had to buy for this house, and all of them have gone up there. I can see the top of the fridge, and Scarlett can touch the buttons at the very least. Please go to what's OZ Comic Con? I had to climb cabinets every time. The ceilings in my flat were really high. Australian Comic Con. Listen, man. If a Comic-Con pays for my if the Comic-Con itself reaches out to me and pays for my flight and my hotel, I'll go to any Comic-Con in the world. That's my rules. You don't have to pay me for being there. You don't have to pay me for my time. Pay to get me out there, but only if the Comic-Con does it. I'm not having fans pay for me to go places. Not because this, weirdly enough, isn't my humility thing. It's not me being like, I can't have people pay for me. It's because Mark Waid told me the story of when he got fucking kidnapped. And I'm taking the advice. Wait, the art isn't even on the screen anymore. It's not. It's because we have 15 minutes left and we were having a very in-depth conversation. Don't redeem your points. I just finished the coffee. Said it so freaking long. And I don't plan to. Everybody who asks me to bring back that series, do people not understand that series get boring for the creators too? I ran out of good jokes for that, to the extent where I am like, no, I'm not making another video of Alfred Called the Guy. I can't tell you how many times I've debated making a video where I kill off the guy because of how annoyed I am with how often I get requests for Alfred Call the Guy videos. Listen, it was my claim to fame. I'm always going to be thankful for that. But holy fucking shit. I made like 30, 40 of those videos? Holy shit. Face reveal for the guy? Never. Listen, I still have my morals here. I told you, make eye contact, squeaks, and turns the fuck around. That's me. Okay. Understood. Y'all can always come up and just ask for a picture and say hi. I love that shit. I love when people like recognize me in public. Me and Scarlett have a I'll kill the guy, but I won't show his face. 100%. There are rules to the character. The character can die because he is the character I've created, but the guy does not have a face to be shown. That is the way that I will describe it. I think there's a guy who's continuing to call the guy skits. Yeah, and that's the reason that I also plan to kill off the guy. Is because as much as I like that the character has grown past me, I don't love seeing that. I've seen people claim to be the guy, but when it becomes part of somebody's like brand, it irks me a little bit because that's still my character that is being used without my permission, and people saying that they are them, it's like that's not. It still irks me a little bit, but That's also why I'm like, fuck it, I'll kill the guy. Then you have to explain why he's not dead. Because the creator said he's fucking dead, so figure that one out. I may genuinely panic. I had a couple people panic. I've had people panic when they met me. When are you gonna come to NYC? New York Comic Con, by the way, I need to plan. When they fucking pay for it. When a Comic Con pays for it, I will go. That's the way I will always put it. I've been to a Comic Con in New York. But I don't have plans for New York Comic Con specifically because I've never been reached out. I've never reached out to New York Comic Con or been reached out to by New York Comic Con. If I ever met you, probably get out a few words. I've had a couple people do that. I've had a couple people when they like get to my table at a Comic Con. I've had a couple people get to me and just, and I love it. I think it's great. See, I'm not going upstate in New York City. Okay, that's a little bit rough. Because I've gone to New York as a state before. But I have not gone to New York City. However, I have also had people travel across state lines to meet me, which is a bit crazy. That, again, that part of my brain that still sees this as just a hobby doesn't get that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know how to describe it other than the fact that this still doesn't seem real, even though I've been doing it for like 3 years now. I have videos on my computer right now of like files that are saved from 2022 and 2021 when I was doing these videos, and that still seems very weird. That doesn't seem like it's right. Watertown's pretty. Also, yeah, across the... Let's come to New York for fun and bring Scott so I can actually see. You guys don't seem to understand that. I don't mean that. I don't mean this derogatorily. I'm broke as fuck. I'm spending a significant portion of my savings to get down to California for this this meetup. So I'll just swing by New York once I end up getting paid for shit. If y'all point out how fucked up my Harrys are getting banned, please go to Australia. It would be so cool. How many times do I... First of all, Australia is a they need to pay for my shit sort of trip because I've sworn off going to Australia outside of if they actually fucking pay for it. Is that in the stream or is that on my screen? That is in the stream. Okay. You don't want to see the moths, do you? No, the fuck I don't. I don't want to see the moths. I don't want to see the spiders. I don't want to see shit that is the scary shit in Australia. Listen, in Washington we have bears. Bears are big and they're only in the woods. And if you see a bear, you can close the fucking door. Australia's got spiders. Australia's got like big insects that can conceivably get in your house just by existing. And I don't fucking like that. That sketches the shit out of me. They're dinner plate sized spiders and shit like that. If you bring a moth to meet me, I'm fighting you on sight. If I can get to you over the moth, I am gonna beat the shit out of you. That's a rule. Hell no. You had a bear on your street. I had a bear in my apartment complex that bordered a forest. And then I went into that forest for a skit later, but that's not important. Get a heads up and you can avoid them. They're fast. I have no fear. Listen, I started reading Berserk a while ago. I got hooked in through like YouTube videos and everything. I promise this has a point to it. If I bring you a water bottle and tell you to drink water. If you bring that to a meetup, I'll do that because I think that would be funny. But I started reading Berserk because I got hooked into a couple of YouTube videos explaining the plot and stuff, and I really, really liked it. And I read through a good portion of Black Swordsman. I've seen all of the Golden Age arc, but there was always this one arc that never gets adapted called Lost Children that I hadn't been able to find anything about. I only found like 1 or 2 videos explaining the plot, and I clicked on it and I started watching it, and then I realized that the main villain of the Lost Children is a giant moth woman, and nope, I'm just gonna skip over that one. Absolutely not. That's not for me. I can't watch Godzilla movies that Mothra's in. That's my level. Like, hell no. How did you develop your fear of moths? I don't know if there's a development in most phobias. There's probably a development in most phobias now that I think about it. But nah, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. I have a fear of moths, we'll put it at that. How cartoony would a butterfly need to be to not be uncomfy? Cartoony ones are usually fine. It's when they start edging towards realer that I'm okay with it. Like, I like the tattoo from The Last of Us is the way that I would describe it. I think the tattoo from The Last of Us is cool. Anything more realistic than that scares the shit out of me. To working in games, are there Marvel or DC jobs that you would consider? It's not games that I'm tied to. The reason that I say games whenever I describe it is because that's the field that I was specifically trained for. Where it's like that the college that I went to is a gaming college, is the way that I would put it. But really 3D art in general is what I want to do. So I would 110% take a Marvel or DC job. And before anybody talks to me about how there's all those articles about how terribly Marvel and DC treat their 3D animators, listen, even if that is true, I need something on my portfolio, man. I have already put myself through the level of crunch that they have talked about, so I'd live. I'd be okay. So I would 100% take it. No problem. No questions asked. That would just make me happy no matter what. I just want to make 3D art regardless of what it is. I've applied for architecture jobs. I've applied, well, not architecture itself, but architectural visualization is the way that I would put it. Keep an eye out for YouTube. Thank you. What does Panda Scarlet do? Right now, she's kind of working as an administrative assistant. And is doing like paperwork filing and everything. And she is interviewing for a couple of other positions that just kind of strike her fancy. Unproductive stream, and I am incredibly proud of the chat for being so distracting. How dare you all? And I have 3 minutes until the end of this, and I actually do need to go to the bathroom, so I might just cut it off early. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for watching. It will be a more productive stream on Monday. And watch out for the stream dump, because I am going to be dumping stuff on there too. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for watching. We did get a little bit of stuff done. The blueprints are looking a lot more like blueprints now. There's more measurements. Things are labeled. It's a lot nicer. The only real things that I need left is the tables in the center here. Everything else is basically done. And I can do that fucking whenever. I can do that when the fucking stream ends, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for checking it out. Thank you all for watching. I love the fact that I programmed it to say that. Okay. Thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys on Monday. Not Monday, Tuesday. I start streaming on Tuesday. Don't. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when my schedule starts back up again. So, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for watching. Love you all.